there's 5 things people should consider before they sign a franchise agreement. And that's one of the things that I try to help them make sure that they have all the answers to. One of the first questions is, what does real success look like? One of the things that I love about people being able to explore franchise business ownership is that they have the opportunity to talk to the franchisees that are currently in the business. That is proof in the pudding, as they like to say. You get to actually call those franchisees and talk to them and ask them, I need to make $150,000 by the end of 2 years. Is that possible? Have you done it? How hard was it to do? All of those questions. I always recommend that my franchisees, my clients I should say, talk to at least 10 different franchisees. Someone that's not doing well, someone that's doing average, and someone that's knocking it out of the ballpark. That way you get all 3 ends. Then I think you should talk to someone that's been in business for a year, because you get to find out exactly how hard that first year is. Someone that's been in business 5 years, and then somebody that's been in business for 10 years. Again, you get to look at the whole breadth of the business. Then I say, close your eyes. There's a federal disclosure document that you have to look at. Pick 4 more people to call and ask them all the same questions that you asked those other 6, along with remembering the very first question I would ask a franchisee is, would you do it again? So question number 2, what kind of ongoing support am I going to get after I sign the deal? They talk about all that training and all that great stuff. How long does that last? And what does it look like? I will say that, again, 1, talking to the franchisees. What's it look like in year 1, having all of that support? I can remember when I bought my first business. We owned a Shell station. We had gone to training. My husband had grown up in the Shell station business, so you would have thought we would know everything. But we didn't. And, calling the office, got a question. And, you do that all the time. And that is sometimes what the first 6 months looks like. They're calling you all the time. Now, as you're growing, you don't need them as much. Sometimes, and I will say this is again true of me, after we were in business for about 10 years, we thought, we know everything. What do we need that franchisor for, right? But really, when you look at the history of franchising and how over the years it has evolved, you still need that franchisor to help keep you relevant 10 years, 15 years down the road. There are many people right now that are re-signing their franchise agreements after 10 years. That's a typical franchise length. But there are now people signing that have been in business for 10 years and they say, I want to sign up with you again. That's because the training is good. And when you talk to the franchisees, again, that is a question that I would ask. How is the support? But I will say that after I was in business 10 years, I really needed some retraining. And even here in this business that I am in right now, FranNet is a franchise, in case you didn't know that. I, after 3-4 years, said, I want to go to training again, because some of the stuff that you learn when you first start isn't relevant. Or it is relevant, but it left. And it's great to go back and get retrained. And franchisors want you to do that so that you continue to grow. So, and 2 people ask about the marketing. And there's 2 camps on the marketing question. Some people think that they know better on the marketing. I've been in marketing my whole life. I don't need their marketing. I know how to do the marketing. Well, the beauty of buying a franchise is that it's already been done. They know the answers. Not to say that they're perfect, not to say that they're not going to make a mistake, but they've done it, they've tested it. And part of what you're buying is their marketing plan. Now, does that mean that you can't put a little of your own self in there? Yes, you can put some of your own self in there. But they're going to help you with the marketing. Some things people like, some things people don't like. Like myself, I can't have my own Facebook page. I can't have my own website, right? I'm on a micro website with everybody else. And there's reasons for that. And sometimes, again, we just have to understand the process and allow the experts to go through with what they're doing. But the marketing is always there. You're always going to be paying into a marketing fund, or they're going to say that you need to spend X amount of dollars based on revenue on marketing. And that's all because it helps keep you relevant. Some will help you. They won't necessarily help you hire, but they have the right plugs or the thing, the job placed here and there. They'll help you come up with your job descriptions. The ultimate decision of who you hire is you. Because you are in business for yourself. The nice thing is you're not in business by yourself. So they want to help you, but they can't say who you should hire because really that's your job. It's your person that you're going to be managing. They're not going to be managing that person. Another question that people ask is, how long is it really going to take me to break even? And to be honest, a franchisor cannot tell you that. I can't tell you that. That is something that you're going to have to, again, the beauty, talking to other franchisees. How long did it take them to break even? Because everybody's different. Some people will follow the playbook to the T. Some people won't. And maybe some things just don't feel like you, and you don't do them. Sometimes guerrilla marketing is uncomfortable to people. And by guerrilla marketing is going and doing those door hangers, putting long things out, all of those kinds of things. Sometimes for people that's not comfortable. For other people that's like really comfortable. I'll go do all of that. Don't make me talk to anybody, right? And other people enjoy the networking part. So it all depends on what part you're going to do. That's why people can't necessarily say when you're going to break even. You can get ideas. Sometimes there are membership models, membership franchises that their goal is to have you break even before you even open the doors. So that's a pretty cool concept there too, where you're already cash flowing and have enough to pay the bills before the doors even open. Do my goals match the franchise goals? That's why it's important to start first with the end kind of in mind. What are my goals? How long is it going to take me to make money? How long is the franchise agreement? Am I going to have somebody, am I going to leave my business for a legacy? Take a business like mine. I have nothing to sell at the end of the day because all of my business is pretty much one-off, right? So if somebody's talking to me and they want to have a business that they can sell, my business is not the one, right? A different kind of business, like maybe a pet franchise, you can sell because you have a book of business. So that's the thing when you need to be, I help people build a business model so that we are matching the goals to the franchise, or the franchise to the goals, I should say, so that when you're looking, they are exploring that. Another part of that question really is my culture the same as their culture? When I'm talking to the other franchisees, do I feel like I can vibe with them, right? Can I talk with them and enjoy talking with them? Are they enjoying talking with me? I think that that's the most important thing. Sometimes in the career, right, in corporate America, the vibe isn't there anymore. The camaraderie isn't there anymore. People aren't in the office anymore, or they are in the office and they're out of the office. There isn't that water cooler thing going on anymore. When you're, again, going into a franchise, you're going into business by yourself, for yourself, but not by yourself. And you're going to be calling other franchisees and asking them questions as you're growing too. How did you hire this guy? Or how did you fire somebody? Or all of those kinds of questions that they're willing to help. One of the things that I love the most about being a franchisee is having the franchise family. When my husband and I owned our businesses before, we would go on vacation with 37 other couples. And it was so cool. I mean, we'd talk business, we wouldn't talk business, we'd get ideas. You came back completely refreshed every year from the conference. And it's the same now with FranNet. We have our 2 conferences a year, actually, and we come back with great ideas. We've met franchisors. We've built relationships with people. And I think that that's the best thing about being in a franchise is you're building relationships with people who care about your success, maybe not more than you, but they care because your success also equals their success. What is my exit strategy? People are shocked that I ask them that question when we're doing our intake, when I'm getting to know them and getting to understand what they want business ownership to do for them. The reason why you want to know the exit strategy is because if you are thinking about leaving your business as a legacy to your kids, that's going to be one kind of business. If you're thinking about having a business for resale, that's another kind of business. And if you don't really care, that's another kind of business. So you really always want to start with the end in mind so that you have an idea of what you're going to be working towards. And if, not that all kids want your business, as we're finding out right now doing the, what do they call that, the silver tsunami of people selling their businesses. Their kids don't want that business. But maybe you can groom them along the way to want it. I don't know. But I do know that you need to start with the end in mind. And that is why we ask, what are you going to do? Do you want to leave it as a legacy? I actually have a client that we were talking and I asked him that question. And he said, I hadn't even thought about that. And so we talked and he didn't care at the moment. And then he called me back the next day and he said, I got to thinking about it. And he said, I want to leave a legacy for my daughter. So my daughter and I talked last night, and she is going to come on board and she's going to work with me so that she can take the business over when I'm done and ready to retire. And they are still working together today. She is still looking at taking the business over when he's ready to retire, but they operate in that manner. And I love it. I love seeing her grow. I mean, she was 25 years old at the time, and she's growing. I think she has 2 or 3 kids now, and she'd be ready to take it over when he's ready to retire. I hope these 5 questions have been very helpful to you. And if you need someone to help you go through the process of exploring business ownership, please feel free to reach out to me.